Hey you guys, and welcome back. Today's notes, we are going to be going over slides 38 all the way through 44. Okay, and then tomorrow we're going to get in and start tackling the different types of renewable energies: hydrogen, solar, wind, geothermal, etc. So today, let's start off with slide 38 because we just talked about gas on number 37. So let's continue here. Ways to improve energy efficiency. We are continuously talking about energy efficiency and what we can do to improve it and also be sustainable in our efforts. So how can we improve energy efficiency? Well, we can have electric and hybrid cars or gas sipping cars, right down there, gas sipping cars, okay? This accounts for less than 1% of all new car sales in the US. So even though we have these, we're not necessarily buying them or using them. Okay, think about how a vehicle works. We've talked about this cogeneration. So think about this. As you're braking, and this is how hybrid vehicles work or electric vehicles, as you're braking, when that wheel turns and the brake pads close, it generates heat, it generates friction. If you can harness that heat and friction and go back and charge a battery, you're going to be making energy as you're braking to charge your battery. You're storing energy. All right. So it's working twofold. It's regenerating energy that you're using. Okay. It's taking all of that kinetic energy, all of that energy of motion, and then turning it back into potential energy that you could then later on use. So continuing on, let's keep on moving. Hybrid vehicles, sustainable, let me move you around, sustainable wind power and oil imports. So hybrid gasoline and electric engines with an extra plug-in battery could be powered by mostly electricity. You can get that electricity from wind, from water. Just think about that. You have a turbine that's spinning outside. You then go and drive your vehicle up to that area. You plug in, you're charging off the wind, you're good to go. Okay. According to the US Department of Energy, a network of wind farms in just 4 states could meet all of the US electricity needs. So I want you to think about that. Wind farms in just 4 out of the 50 states can meet all of our energy demands. Why aren't we doing this? Who knows? All right. Think about it. Well, there's a couple of reasons actually. We as a community are so um, used to burning of fossil fuels. And that's cool. That's what we were raised on. That's what we understand. Everything is based off that. Travel, right? We use gasoline, heating our homes, natural gas, propane, oil. All right. We use this stuff. It's part of our society. But if we just make that little shift over, then guess what? 4 US states can now give us all of our electricity demands. And that's just wind. That's not even electricity. That's not even tidal or hydroelectric or geothermal. It's just wind. Let's keep on moving. So, sustainable energy strategy. Way back when, wood was the main factor. This is before all the mining came about. So that's why our wood was high. Well, you notice wood starts to go down, but what increases? Coal. So we start to have the Industrial Revolution. We start to mine for coal, all right? In mining for coal, we're also mining for oil and natural gas. This coal is taking over for wood. It's not that wood was a bad fuel or decreasing because people didn't want to use it. It's because coal was starting to rise. And as coal rose, nobody really had a need for wood anymore. Okay, times changed, technology evolved. Now you notice with coal starting to drop down, it was such a dirty fuel. Remember, it's the dirtiest of all fuels. Natural gas started to increase, oil started to increase. Okay, continuing to move on, we started to realize, hey, we're using oil at such a rapid rate, we might run out. So that starts to drop down. Natural gas continues to rise. Remember, the cleanest burning of all non-renewable energy sources. As oil drops down, coal drops down, we have a shortage. We need to start looking towards renewable energy sources. And there we go. We see our hydrogen, solar, our renewable energy sources starting to rise. Now, what do you think happened here? Nuclear was so great, right? It's rise, 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 and all of a sudden it hits a peak and then falls back down. What do you think happened there? Think about that while I take a sip of coffee. You got anything yet? I realize I'm looking at the camera. You got anything yet? All right. Think about your meltdowns. Think about your nuclear disasters. Okay. That could be an issue. That is the issue why there was such a decline. Okay. People are afraid. They don't want something big in their backyard. They're scared, right? So, I mean, I'm going to try something. See, I got another little camera here. Let's see if I could change the camera on here. Do we necessarily, oopsies, would you necessarily want something over there? Would you want something in your backyard? I don't think I would. I wouldn't want to be looking at a nuclear power plant out there. So, just saying. All right, let's flip back over. Put this back. All right. So, keep it on, keep it on. So, sustainable energy strategy. Again, we're almost done, guys. A more sustainable energy policy would be to improve energy efficiency, rely more on renewable energy sources, and reduce the harmful effects of using fossil fuels and nuclear energy. Okay, it's a gradual shift. You can't just do this overnight. It has to be gradual. It has to be over generations. Looking at this again, if we could somehow use all of these forms to meet our energy needs, again, it's a gradual shift. It's not a boom, that's it, renewable, no more. You got to be renewable. Can't do that. It's got to be a gradual shift. You still need some fossil fuels. Okay, you can't just close the door. But we could, as the fossil fuels decline, we could institute wind farms, small scale solar panels. Solar panels are on your residential rooftops or your industrial rooftops. Micro turbines, smaller turbines, either wind or water. Residential rooftops, we talked about that. This is missing water or even geothermal. Bioenergy, right? Your sugar cane, your wood. Oh, goodness. Wow. All right. I can see the questions already. Do we have to write all this? Write what you guys need. Okay. Some major points here: improve energy efficiency. We're doing everything we can to increase fuel efficiency. Government purchases of raising the rebates on government purchases of more fuel efficient vehicles, offering larger tax credits. Reward utilities for reducing demand on electricity, greatly increase energy efficiency, research and development. More renewable energy, we're looking at increase our renewable energy to 20% by 2020 and 50% by 2050. Provide large subsidies of tax credits, greatly increase renewable research and development. Phase out, okay, coal subsidies, meaning make it a little bit more expensive to use coal so that we use less of it. Phase out nuclear power, phase out nuclear power subsidies, so on and so on. Okay. Economics, politics, education, and energy resources. All of these come into effect when we're talking about trying to increase our energy efficiency and sustainable energy use. Governments can use a combination of subsidies, tax breaks, rebates, taxes, and public education to promote or discourage the use of various energy alternatives. Keep prices artificially low to encourage energy resources, right? Instead of subsidizing non-renewable energy, let's subsidize renewable energy. Let's make it more attainable. Emphasize consumer education. If there's one thing you've learned in this class, it's all about education. We've talked about birth rates. We've talked about education of men and women. Now we're talking about renewable and non-renewable energy, and we're talking about education. So guys, this is where we will end today. We're going to start tomorrow with hydrogen, but I want you to view these notes and watch those 3 videos for me today. All right, guys, have a great day. I will see you all in another video. Stay safe, Mr. F.